What do you think of Geno Smith? I'm sure you've seen some of the games that he's played. We just had Ron Jaworski on who looked at the coach's tape and said, you know what? I don't think he's the problem. What's your take?
I completely agree. I think the whole team's the problem. I think the team, they're making plays that losing teams make, and that's the bottom line. Whether it be a mistake from the quarterback, whether it be giving up a big play by the defense, whether it be a special teams mistake, whenever it's time to make a play to get over the hump to win a game, the team as a whole is making some sort of mistake, and it's not just falling on the quarterback. When you look at the game against the Lions, the Jets come back, get a score in the third quarter, 17-10. Your defense cannot give up a long drive for a touchdown. You just can't. That's not how you play complimentary football, trying to get back into a game. That's what happened. And so that seems to have happened over the last three games where there's two or three plays, be it the quarterback or some other position, that they're making to cause them to lose the game.
No, we had Geno Smith on yesterday, Chad, and he said he doesn't play worrying that he could lose his job. Do you believe him?
Well, you can't think that way as a quarterback, but it certainly is on your mind because you have to answer questions about it, and you can't just focus on, okay, what do I need to do to win this next game, because when you go to the press conference, you're not talking about the next game trying to win. You're talking about your job and what you've done in the past, and so it's a difficult challenge. I believe him, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that it's not there.
Now, why do you think Michael Vick's on the team, though, if they don't at least bring him in to have a little change of pace if Geno's not doing the job? Even if it's not Geno's fault, just have a different look.
Well, here's my question to you. If Michael Vick was the answer or is the answer, why wasn't he the answer to begin the season?
That's a good point.
It's only 4 games in.
Right.
And if he is the answer, he should have been the answer going into the season, knowing that they probably didn't want to play Geno as a rookie because of injuries to Sanchez and the quarterback situation. Geno had to play. But even if they wanted Geno to sit and just learn because he wasn't totally ready, then Michael Vick should have been the starter from the beginning. He knows morning Wick. He's been in that system. He's a vet that has had some success in this league. So if he is the answer, he should have been the answer in the beginning. I don't think just because now you're 1-3 that now he's all of a sudden the answer.
Now, how do you feel about the talent that is around Geno Smith? Do you believe there's enough weapons there for this team to be successful?
I think this team is a blue-collar team. What I mean by that, there's not a player on the offensive side that no matter what the defense does, you can just say, okay, he's going to win this play. They don't have that game changer. That doesn't mean they don't have good, solid players that are hard workers, that are gritty, grinding players that you enjoy playing with. But they don't have that one guy that's just going to change the game. And you don't have that. Right now, you have to scheme with your running game. You have to scheme with your passing game to get guys open. They don't have the game changer to say, okay, no matter what the defense does, I know this guy's going to make this play. It doesn't matter what the scheme is.
Let's shift over to the game last night. Tom Brady, Rodney Harrison said that he looked really scared out there. Is this another case of not having the right team around him?
Well, I think probably what you saw a little bit, you had 2 rookies in the starting lineup, and as a quarterback, he felt some pressure in areas that he hasn't felt it before. Normally when he sits back there, he's been, he's known for being able to stay comfortable in the pocket, not having a lot of pressure around him in the pocket. His lines have been really, really solid, and the Chiefs were able to get 4-man pressure on him without much 5- and 6-man pressure, which is something that Brady is not used to having to deal with. So in a lot of respects, he's having to deal with what most of these quarterbacks in this league have to deal with on a weekly basis. And so I wouldn't call it scared. I would just call it being uncomfortable, being in a situation that he probably hasn't had to deal with in a while.
So how would you look at it? You're the Jets at 1-3. You look at New England 2-2 and say, boy, maybe this isn't an unstoppable team. Are you kicking yourself because you could be ahead of them if you played better? Or do you say, hey, we're still in a position here to take advantage of them being only 1 game back?
Well, you're disappointed that you're 1-3, no question about it, because I don't think they're a 1-3 team. I think they should be 2-2 right now, as is the rest of the division. But on the bright side, you look at it and go, this division's wide open. We're 1-3. We haven't played our best football in the last 3 games. Our formula for success is that Raiders game. Geno was really efficient. They held the time of possession, didn't turn the ball over as much. They didn't give up the huge plays on defense. That's the formula. It has to be a blue-collar win, and the room for error isn't very much. And so that's difficult, but it can be done. But everybody has to elevate their play, not just one player.
Here's the thing that worries me and really annoys me about the Jets is we keep hearing that they've got to tighten things up, stop the mistakes. Chad, it's 25% of the season gone already. If you keep making the mistakes, maybe that's a manifestation of not being good enough.
Possibly, and you can see that there is talent there, and there are chances to win and be successful, but they don't have enough talent to overcome 3-4 major mistakes in a game, and most teams do not. Very few teams do, but certainly the Jets don't have that ability, and that doesn't mean they can't be successful. You look at the 2008 Dolphins team that I was a part of. We weren't flashy. We were a blue-collar team, but we led the league in fewest turnovers. Our defense didn't give up very many big plays, and when we got to the fourth quarter, we were either tied or had the lead, and we started to gain momentum and believed that in the fourth quarter, we get to that fourth quarter, we can make something happen to win. And that type of attitude is very contagious, and that's just something that the Jets are searching for. If they can find that, they can turn this around.
And the other good thing is, as you said, New England's kind of struggling a little bit, and so are the other teams in the division. This might be a year where 9 wins is good enough to win this division. So moving New England aside for a second, Buffalo, Miami, and the Jets, from what you've seen, do you believe the Jets can emerge as the best option to tackle the New England Patriots?
No question. Number one, the Jets have had success under Rex Ryan in being able to play the Patriots and beat the Patriots. And then number two, you look at those 4 teams, they're very even. You most of the time give the Patriots the nod because of one player, and that's Tom Brady. But other than that, across the board, the AFC East is wide open. It looks to me like it's very similar to the 2002 year. We started off 1-3, went to 2-5, 9-7, won the division on the last week of the season. It could certainly be a year that plays out again.